Hey y'all, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Bodice Siblings,
the podcast where we read all the books we used to steal off our grandmother's nightstands.
And then we drink about it.
On this episode, we read A Crime of the Heart by Cheryl Reavis. This is actually, generally it's a very gentle book. However, just FYI, it does have kind of a I had your baby and gave it away, like adoption anxiety kind of business. So I'll go ahead and spoil it and tell you they do not go and find the baby. If you're worried about that, they don't. It's fine. Otherwise, it just has like Amish people being shitty.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Hey y'all.
What do you think about Amish romances, Courtney?
Well, I loved the movie Witness, and also For Richer or Poorer with Tim Allen and Christy Alley.
I have not thought about that movie in a minute.
That joint. But overall, I really kind of stay away from them.
I do not like them. I don't like the idea of them. I don't like the idea of fetishizing, A, people who can't like fight back, but B, people like, what I think is a frequently abusive, philosophy. And like, I don't like it. I don't like the whole like bonnet ripper genre. I don't like the half the covers, they're wearing the bonnets backwards.
I'm not big into a bonnet. Like a bonnet is not my jam. I don't like the high neck situation. I don't like a thing on my neck. So
so you would do very poorly. That's not the reason you would do very poorly in Amish country, Courtney.
Whatever. They might love me. Who knows?
No, they're not going to like you.
I know how to fire a musket. I know how to weave. I know how to make butter. Like I can make a corn husk doll. You forget I worked at a little like historic site for years and years. I'm going to come in prepared. They're going to be ready. They're going to know that I know. I'm going to make everybody a corn husk doll and they'll be fine.
They will shun you within about 30 seconds. No, they won't even because you won't be like Amish enough for them to care. Anyway, yeah, I don't like Amish books. And so when we got that list of Melinda Helfer's 16 5-heart reviews, and more than one of them are Amish romances, and I was like, shit. Gotta read it anyway. So we read this one, A Crime of the Heart. And spoiler alert, I really loved it. It was great. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I loved every moment of it. It was fantastic. 5 stars.
So our girl Cheryl Reavis, Sarah's going to give the little description of her, but I have to deep dive. I was looking into her, and she's still writing. Now, Cheryl, hopefully we could reach out and Cheryl will hear this. Honey, you got to fix your website. Like, this is some 1990, like, dot matrix business. What I need, Cheryl, is a link to how I buy your book, Band of Brothers, which features 3 shirtless dudes on it, and it's the standalone sequel to The Marine. And I want to know if this is a gay book. I mean, I feel like it has to be.
I hope it is.
I hope it's a gay polycool book. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah, so there's not like an About Me page. Get on that, Cheryl. So I'm just going to read you the little tiny bit that's in, and this is in the book from 1988. So this is probably no longer current. But honestly, Cheryl, this is on you. You could have put this on your website. At the time, at least, she was a public health nurse and award-winning romance novelist who also writes under the name of Cinder Richards, and she says she's a writer of emotions. Cheryl currently makes her home in North Carolina with her husband and teenage son. I assume it's not a teenage son anymore. That man is like...
That's a grown
grandfather,
man.
Yeah. But at the time, teenage son. The cover is, it's kind of painterly in this way that the people are impressionistic enough that they look a little bit like aliens pretending to be people.
It's got a very 1960s kind of.
Yeah, like the lady is very sharp-chinned, and, it's a lady in white who's hugging a Amish dude in Amish country, obviously. But it's nice.
It is a good book.
The back cover copy, A Crime of the Heart. Surely the old scandal about outsider Quinn Tyler and Amishman Adam Sauter was all but forgotten, and no one knew the true extent of their sin, that Quinn had borne Adam's child. World-weary and hungry for a simpler life, Quinn was going home to Lancaster County. Only nothing was simple anymore. Adam still wanted her, though he damned his wanting, and Quinn yearned for him like the missing half of her soul. But his people had accused her of an unforgivable crime, and if she let Adam back into her heart, they'd find him guilty too. Which is like, this is a second chance romance.
Yeah.
With a little soupçon of I had your baby and I gave it away.
Yeah.
And also everybody but her is Amish. So that's a problem.
Yeah. This book was a hoot and a holler. Not really. I mean, it was good though.
There was a lot of hollering.
Yeah. Yeah, this book was bananas. So Quinn was a big time power broker in Philadelphia and moves back to her parents. She buys it back.
She broke an engagement.
Yeah, she broke an engagement and she bought her father's old farm in
Lancaster County.
Amish country.
Yeah. So like she and the people had kind of ruined it. Like, I don't think anybody was squatting and stole the copper, but it's kind of the vibe.
Yeah, like the house is all run down. Like there's windows, you know, like there's no window panes. The house is like she is basically living in a shack with like one working room.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, she's got an ulcer that's bleeding. Like she's kind of, I guess she felt like she was up against it, just cornered, and she ran home to something familiar, except she had to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, but she's got money. So
she's got plenty of money. And of course, the problem is that this is the house she grew up in. She is not Amish. Her family is not Amish. Her mother had been the school teacher for the Amish school because the state required them to have a certified teacher. So she grew up with all these Amish kids, especially, if you know what I mean, Adam, who had like, they were dear friends, childhood friends who became teenage lovers, and like she had to leave to kind of like save him and his reputation. And
well, what happens is not she leaves because his father comes and meets with her and her father, who her mom has passed away. Her father got cancer, and essentially, like, this big Amish man comes and all but like threatens her and is like, if you care about my son, you will leave now because all you're gonna do is ruin his life and you will shun him and he'll be kicked out. That is what like she essentially gets like, I mean, she is only 17.
Yeah.
When this happened, maybe 19.
She's quite young.
There's a teen at the end of her age.
Yeah.
And so
she goes to college is what she does.
This man comes and like is very like, and so she obviously does what he says because she's in her teens and is like, well, okay. And
then her dad like immediately dies.
Yeah. And she finds out that she's pregnant.
She's really on her own.
And she goes to her like family. There's a family friend who's a lawyer and he helps her.
You find this out later, you know, obviously.
Well, he helps her like set the adoption up.
Okay. You don't know what happened with the child, but you know that that
there was a closed adoption and that she does not have contact with the child.
Yeah, that you know that at the beginning.
Yes.
And now, so she's back, and like, you know, she's got her bleeding ulcer, and she's got her absolutely rundown house. And who did the subcontract with to fix these fucking kitchen cabinets? But goddamn Adam.
Here comes Adam.
And so she walks in, she's like, oh goddamn it. Well, I don't know why she's surprised. She can see his house from her house.
I know. But she's like, I wasn't ready for this yet. Like,
you could have gone anywhere on God's green earth, okay? To be fair.
Yeah, no, exactly. So he is there. He like their first meeting is it is not good.
No, he's like, I'm here for your cabinets, okay? I don't want to talk to you because you had my baby and gave it away.
Yeah, we do find out that like when she had left. She basically like just left in the, you know, they had to move from the house. They had to sell the house and move to Philadelphia because her father was sick with cancer and they needed to be closer to the hospital. The family friend helps orchestrate the adoption. He's like, are you going to tell Adam? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, I'm going to tell him. And he tells him. And so Adam, it's not a secret, baby.
No. It's not a secret, baby. So he's been carrying this around like a stone in his chest. The whole time.
He is mad. Yeah, he's got, and I mean,
it's been 10 years or something.
Yeah, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And like, so it is valid, like, stuff. They are full on adults when they like return again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is like, I don't want to tell you. Like the first thing he did is like, what'd you do with the you know, like that kind of thing. He's like, I'm Amish. You know what that means to me. And it's like, all right, damn. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's very true. It's very real. It's very fraught.
They keep on coming into contact with her because, of course, he's working in her house.
And he lives next door.
He lives next door. And they keep having these really just like hurtful conversations. Oh. Meanwhile, like his family is like, oh, well, she's going to obviously seduce him. So keeps on sending over like his little brother Daniel and his like little two nieces over like to chaperone them. And Quinn's like, that's not necessary. But then it obviously is necessary.
He's like, it's not necessary. But she invites his sisters to come and work for her because she's like, no,
I got nothing to hide.
She's like, I'm setting up chaperones. I'm chaperoning this place all over the place because again, the thing about it is your dad yelled at me when I was a teen and my dad was dying of cancer. So I'm not.
But then it turns out they do need chaperones because guess what? That spark is still there, yo.
Oh, yeah. So it's very like, they are very like,
forbidden love.
Yeah, flirty with each other and this kind of stuff.
And they're all like, yeah, oh, well, you know, because they were kids together. Like, do you remember that book that I gave you that you weren't allowed to, you know, like all this, like she'd always like smuggled him books.
Yeah, because he has to leave school after a certain age. Yeah. And he's like always wanted to know more about the world and learn more. And so, you know, he finds out, he knows that she has broken an engagement and says some not great things about that. Like, here's the thing. He might be Amish, but his insults are like straight up like
he has a lot of time to think about him. He ain't got Netflix.
That's true. That's true.
He has not been watching Shogun.
He doesn't have a book. Only one book.
Yeah, there's only one book, and he knows that one cover to cover. All right.
So he's like, "What's a good burn?" When I see, but you know what? I bet he had sat there for 11 years just coming up with the pretend.
Oh, I would have.
Like,
I would have.
You know, like how you get preemptively mad at your husband about something that he hasn't even done, but you know it's going to happen. Like, and you start creating.
You're rehearsing the argument
in your head, and then
or like with the cable company, you're in the car yelling at the cable company, and you're like ready to go.
So you come home and you're like ready to fight, and your husband doesn't even know what has happened. Like that situation.
Dumbass.
Yeah. So that's what Adam has been doing.
No, that's a skills issue if he wasn't ready.
Like, I'm already ready about that. Like I was like even talking about like what can I be mad about when I go home? So, but you know, it's a lot of like back and forth and a lot of like her having to deal with this whole family of assholes.
Yeah, like cause she'll just be driving down to the market and she'll see Jacob, his dad, just like scowling at her from the buggy. Like
I imagine him as that old man from Poltergeist 2. Like
I haven't seen Poltergeist 2 in a very long time.
Yeah, but yeah, he's always just staring at her. And, you know, she has a pretty good relationship with his mom, and then she lets it out about the baby, and the mom's like, "I hate you," and runs away
because like his mom did not know. Adam did not tell anybody.
Yeah. So, but then you know, the mom eventually like starts sending cabbage juice for her ulcer and stuff, and anyway, it's very back and forth with these two, and they finally kind of like, she keeps like, you know, he keeps asking like, "What am I to you? What am I?" And she's like, "It doesn't matter what you are. One, because I'm still processing the trauma from your father yelling at me when my dad was dying. But also like, we can't do it. They're not going to accept me. And then if you come here, you're going to be shunned." And
he's like, "Don't tell me what I want." That's okay. That's the whole thing of this is that he's like, "You made decisions for me." Because essentially what he doesn't say it this way, but he probably should have said it this way. I'm Amish, not a teenager. Me being Amish does not make me unable to make my own decisions. Okay, you're kind of treating me like a child because I have chosen, or didn't really choose, but because I'm in this religious community, you need to let me decide what is an acceptable thing. And actually, he gives her the business at one point, and this is a different copy. I dog-eared it on my copy, all about how like I am the only person who gets to decide what consequences are acceptable for me. And he goes off for a while, and I was like, yeah, okay.
I mean, I enjoyed that, but again, to me, it was like at the root was like, this whole business needs to be your dad because your dad bullied your little 17-year-old girlfriend off to Philadelphia. You know, like she is not at the age of like being able to make like a really informed decision.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously she could have come back earlier, but like it's this back and forth. And I mean, it's done in a really well kind of intellectual way, but
you are so invested by the time she plows a little plot of land so she can put in a vegetable garden, and they're out there walking barefoot in the dirt, and he's talking about the dirt and stuff. And it's so romantic, but evidently somebody sees him.
Oh yeah. And so
they've been kind of like, oh, you know, kissing and then, oh, we can't.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So they have not, I wouldn't, he does not deserve what happens to the community. It's not true what they say. He was not like with her, but come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's wild. Yeah. So he keeps getting mad, storming off, coming back, getting mad, coming, you know, storming off, coming back, getting mad, you know, storming off. And then like the last one, you know, again, before the storm off, people see him. And then he essentially,
he's shunned. He's thrown out of the community.
But he's like he also like perpetuates the shunning. He's like, just shun me. I don't care. Do it.
I've been shunned in my heart for 10 years now.
Yeah. And so we have this, and it's just awful. It's awful how his family is, however, you know, like watching people not talk to him, and like
Daniel, his little brother, like comes over and he's like, I don't know what to do, you know, it really sucks. And like the mom doesn't want to, but I mean the mom does want to, and it's all.
So we finally get the banging when he like shows up to her house, and like it is Amish body heat. Like he comes over, it is raining. He like instead of like, you know, instead of William Hurt like breaking the glass, he like goes through the rickety screen door, and he's like, "What am I to you?"
She's actually on the phone with her ex at the time, and she's like, "Gotta go."
So yeah, he body heats through the screen door, and he's like, "I need to know what I am," and she's like, "Yo, everything." And then they get down to business, and let me tell you, They get down to business.
It is pent up.
Yes. And so he asks her to marry him, and she's like, I will. And he immediately, like the day after, goes to town. He steals her car, goes to town, drives the car, and
she taught him how to when they were teenagers.
He gets a job, and he's going to have to go over near Gettysburg for a few weeks to do some work because he has no money. And she's like, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be horrible. This is going to be horrible because, you know, his family can't come to the wedding, even though he goes and talks to them and invites them. But all of a sudden,
first what happens is her ex shows up that she broke off the engagement with Jake, and he's up high. She's an accountant. She has a computer in her office, so it must be like a $3,000 like Apple IIgs, you know. But and he was like the high powered greed is good, like, you know. And he comes and he's great. Like, he comes and he meets Adam, and they're obviously, like, there's some tension there.
But they're like bros.
And it's actually, this is the best ex we have ever had.
Oh, he's a delight. Like he's a delight. He's at the wedding.
Yeah, he comes to the wedding, and actually he helps out. He buys clothes for Adam for the wedding. He wants him to look nice. But, like, no, he comes because he's like, the way you were on the phone, I
thought your ulcer blew up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, she's like, I'm sorry, I just saw this, like, really hot. I'm just going to come through the screen door.
William heard it through my screen door. Instead of taking the chair, he just like pushed his hand through it.
Because he really went, and he was like, okay, I want the best for you. Like, are you sure? Like, because I still love you. Like,
I got a lot of money.
Yeah, I got a lot of money.
And she's like, I don't need money. I would have been like, bye. I gotta go.
Like Maserati or whatever, you know. Yeah, but so and that happens, and then like so Adam's like, okay, so you could have married that, and all right, we're gonna do it. And then these people start showing up. And they show up with, like, you know, like planning
somebody has windows for her house as a gift.
The whole community.
The Mennonites, the Mennonites show up because, you know, they'll at least.
They don't give a shit.
They can be in a car. You know, they might wear a skirt, but they got to be in a car. They can be in a car. You know, and they're like, we're going to cook. And everybody starts, you know, she finds out like 100 people are going to be there. She's like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
What is going on?
And evidently it's just tradition for the groom's the one who invites people. And so she's like, what?
And she's like, yeah.
and so like her friend, the lawyer, his secretary comes and tells her, like, oh yeah, I married English, you know?
Yeah.
And it was really hard. But, and there's this whole bit, actually, I wish I had my copy, because she says, like, no, you only need one thing in a relationship, and it's not love. Okay. Forget love. It's about like having the same outlook on life and having the same opinion on how you should treat people and stuff. I was like, wow, this is pretty profound coming from this Amish romance novel. But yeah, they got the tables, they got like everything planned, and they're like, go buy yourself a wedding dress. And she's like, I can't do that. I have to, I don't know, freak out about stuff.
Because like, she hasn't seen Adam. He's calling her on the phone, and she's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm at Burger King. Or like, I went to Burger King and I love French fries now. You know, like
like, I don't have to be Amish anymore. I ate a ton of French fries. It's amazing.
He's like, this is our best life. And then she like, she's convinced the dad, and like all of a sudden, like, his brother shows up. Now, prior to him getting the job, the brother shows up, calls Quinn a whore. They get in a fist fight. Not Quinn. Quinn does not get in the fist fight.
She should have.
But like, yeah, Adam kicks his brother's ass, and he goes and does a storm back to the house, and is like, you're a dick to his brother. You need to, and his brother's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you in the face. And he's like,
you need to apologize to her.
Yeah. And so, but like, he and his dad kind of have a talk, and his dad, like, they're still following the shunning rules.
They're not actually talking, but they are talking. Yeah.
And so he talks to like the rest of his family, and it's the same kind of thing. And so that was her last interaction with the brother. But the brother shows up, and he's like, I have a gift for you. And she's like, what is it? It was like a little cow, and she loves it.
No. That's Daniel brings that. Yeah. He made it himself. The brother brings Adam's grandfather's tools.
No, Jacob brought those. Jacob, the dad, brings them because he comes and says, this is a gift for you.
Yeah, it's not for anybody who I don't allowed to talk to. It's
and it's obviously like it's the tools that she has always seen Adam with.
And he can't do he can't work without them. Like it's a gift of his whole livelihood.
And so like, but he's very like, this is for you.
He's like, that's what I've always wanted. Thank you. Please come to the wedding. It's outside. You don't have to come in the house.
But she also does like hey, I understand if you can't come because of the community and stuff. And he just like does a walk off because nobody says bye.
No. The Amish buy all of this.
The Amish don't believe in saying bye. They believe in storming off mad. This is the most pissed off group of people. And if they had some damn refined sugar, maybe it would settle their asses down a little bit. So, all this is happening. She really doesn't see Adam that much.
Yeah, it's like this whole whirlwind. He just shows up the day of the wedding, but he shows up the day of the wedding in arms with Steve, who has taken him to get a haircut.
Yeah.
To get a haircut and to get a suit.
And she's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I got invited." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
She has no control over this wedding.
No,
at
all. There's
whatsoever.
nothing. She has like nothing. Yeah, and so at the wedding, the wedding is happening, and
it's very nice.
And Adam's family shows up. Mm-hmm. Now they're still following shunning rules.
They don't talk to him, and they don't sit near him or anything.
Like she has to have the lawyer act as like her father and seat them. To follow the shunning rules. But it's obvious that they're like working their best way of having some kind of like being a part of his life somehow.
And trying to, I guess, show that they don't hate Quinn. Like they don't, hold it against Quinn.
And so post-wedding, we have,
everything should be good, but all of a sudden he's like, now I don't know why they didn't have this fight before the wedding.
And
he's like, she's like, okay, just say it. Where's the baby?
Yeah.
That's what, and he's like, I cannot, it's a part of my, my whole body that is missing. Where's the baby? Can we go find the baby? And she's like, no, we cannot go find the baby.
And at first, I think what's interesting about it, because it's like this double pronged here. She's like, that baby has been with somebody for 10 years. And he's like, we don't know if they're not, like this whole thing. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, we can't find the baby because the baby is Amish now. And he's like, what? She's like, I knew what I was doing. I gave that baby to an Amish community. And he's like, oh. And
which is important to him that his child.
Yeah. And then it's very much about, she's worried, is this the only reason you married me? Mm-hmm. He's like, was this the only reason? Like, well, if that's your worry, then my worry is the only reason you married me is so we couldn't get divorced after I found, or that I wouldn't leave you after I found out kind of thing. And then it just ends abruptly. They're like, well, I guess we'll have to be okay.
Which is, I guess, what regular life is. But
I know. So, yeah, it was very an abrupt ending, but it was very sweet. It was very good. You get a good resolution. The mother of the child sends her occasional letters.
Yeah.
Telling her how happy the kid is, that he loves animals and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, she can't go take that, because. Yeah. So. Questions. All right. Big dick energy or big dick energy? Adam has the biggest dick in the world. He's got a big old Amish horse cock. I
can't believe you just put those words together.
His dick is pulling the carriage. That thing is. He when they finally he
raises the whole barn.
Again, what I told y'all, it is Amish body heat. He comes through that door all wet in his little Amish outfit.
See, I was seeing Viggo Mortensen in witness for this whole thing. Honestly, I had to admit.
He comes in all sans hat, and I'm like, all right now.
Yeah.
You remember it was the blonde guy, that blonde ballet guy was also in Witness.
Yeah.
The one that was in Die Hard that died very young.
Yeah.
He was a gem. He was a real delight. Anyway. But yeah, he comes through there. He is hot, and he's he has such big dick. When he meets Jake, he's not even worried about it at all. He's like, hey, you want to help me build this porch? You got to learn how to use your hands, city boy.
He even makes jokes about it. He's that confident. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, damn. All right. Yeah. He is very hot.
I mean, he's always doing a storm off, but his issues make sense.
No. Yeah. If he wasn't, he'd be a top tier one if he wasn't just always storming off. Because he's funny. He's
His big issue to me, I really appreciated that it was, you made a decision for me.
Right. But again, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, for me, I felt like the dad never got enough heat for essentially threatening a child.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I see it that way too, but I mean, obviously the book is supposed to be about the two of them, and so her constantly, especially at their age now, making these decisions without asking him what he wants because she's afraid of what will happen to him in his community.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe butt out.
Maybe she gets to feel it now when the wedding just happens with her making no decision. She's
like, what's that like? Yeah, this is the dress you're gonna wear now. We'll get to that.
Oh god, that's amazing.
Would you talk shit with or about the heroine?
I liked her.
Yeah, she was good.
I mean, I think she for what she had to deal with. I mean, I understand it because I felt like in a lot of ways this book is a really good. It's 1988, so it's a really good idea of not only Amish communities, but how people with homophobic families are.
Yeah.
Like that kind of heartbreak of like you choosing somebody is going to completely upend your whole existence and like your family is not going to talk to you. Like, so I get her really being like, you know, I mean, I wish that these two could have just sat down and had like a combo.
Oh, yeah.
Without a storm off. But
And I mean, I guess it's supposed to be the sort of thing, which I mean, it did feel like every time they're there, their history is in the room there with them. So they can't ever just like sit down and say, hey.
Yeah. And, you know, he does get a little more relaxed once he has his French fries. So,
Oh, I would too.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I feel like I really liked her. I thought she's not one of those difficult ones that are difficult just to be difficult.
Yeah, and she's not spunky, you know. I mean, like, you know, she was vulnerable, but like in a realistic way.
Yeah.
She had a real job. She was a work-from-home accountant.
It was her money.
Yeah.
Her money. Like she was able to buy her dad's farm back at like a higher whatever. And then, you know, was able using her, like it's all her. She's a lady boss. Like she's a boss ass bitch because like, yeah, she works for the lawyer now, but like she had a high powered job. So we love that for her.
Yeah, and I mean, like look, she had a home computer. I had a home computer in 1988. I had an Apple II GS because my dad thought it was important for me to be, you know, like, like that was a big deal.
Now I get it.
They
Like,
were really expensive. So she can you imagine her little accountant software? It must have been like black with the green letters.
Oh my gosh. And she was really tough because like, you know, when she first moves back in, the contractor's like, this place, where are you staying? She's like, here. He's like, this place is crap. And she's like, well, there's up in the bedroom, there's a fireplace. I got a hot plate. I'll be fine. So yeah, I liked her.
Yeah, I liked her too. Bechtel the bitch, there's not a lot of other women in there.
Well, not her age.
There's the girls, and then there's Adam's mom.
But her and the mom have some like conversation that's not just about him. Like conversation about her family. She goes over because again, everybody thinks that everyone hates Quinn. The mom goes and brings Quinn a Amish quilt that she made that all the women had worked on when her mother died. It was like, this is for you. And like, they have like real conversations and she has conversations with the sisters as well, but there's not like a best friend or anything like that.
And I kind of feel like maybe that's on purpose because she does feel isolated in the community, you know?
And it's all about like at the end. And she has that great conversation with
Margaret
about, you know, marrying English. So there are some women and we see them a little bit later.
Yeah.
But I think again, it's like that isolated feeling. And then all of a sudden there's 100 people in her house.
If she had somebody she could talk to, it would be, I guess, a little less, you know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't feel as lonely, right? When it comes to consent, is this book more Robin Thicke or Marvin Gaye? She is down for it.
He is down for it. Like that man, as soon as they're doing it again, because, you know, obviously they had been having sex as teenagers. They finally
get like in a ditch.
They finally get to do it in a bed. He is in it. He is pussy diving all over the place. Like he has, and it's a 1988 book, and we have it. We have Downtown Business.
It is not like Purple Passion, whatever.
No,
I couldn't even download I couldn't even dog ear a page like that was like particularly good because like it was like really straightforward. Like
he's like it is like
tab A
slot B, and like there's an interesting thing like when he's like going downtown, he's like, I wonder how many people have done this after me. You know, because like she's his only, and like, but then he was like, I don't care, and then like jumps back in it. So I thought it was like a really cool kind of progressive attitude about that.
They felt like adults.
Yes, and you know, like they're almost 30, maybe 30 now. I don't know, because he's a couple years older than her.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were banging out like. My guy, like, once he leaves the Amish and, like, gets to put on some pants that aren't, you know.
Those French fries, I tell you what.
That are made out of wool. He's, like, trying to do it on the rickety-ass porch. He is trying everywhere. Like, he is just, like, he wakes up from it, steals a car, brings the car back, and is like, yeah, let's get to it. You know, let's get, like, he is always on it. Like, I think he was ready to, like, phone sex at one point, you know? Like,
oh, yeah, like, he was standing at the booth outside the Burger King. He introduces himself to shower sex. Like, I never thought about that one.
I know. He is in it. He is in it to win it.
Y'all have so many places to have sex.
I know. Like, he is a horn dog. I was like, all right, Amish.
Yeah. How badly are you judging your mom off for reading this book?
Oh, this would have been one of hers. This would have been on a
yeah.
rotation. This is a good one. This is a good, juicy book.
Yeah. No, it would appeal actually to moms and to other people.
Yeah. Cheryl Reavis can do it because Cheryl Reavis can get it.
I will absolutely read some more of hers. I really like.
I want the. I want.
Oh, I know. I know that you
want the
band of
horny
brothers.
marine throuple that she wrote.
If it's not a throuple, you'll be so upset.
I'll be so upset.
Oh my god. Would Florida ban it? Everybody's white.
Everybody's white, but it's
They're
also
so white,
like
they're Amish.
Yeah, but again, it is interesting to look at like what is really examining this, what is acceptable behavior within a community.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I do think like while it is a very they're in the Amish country, like it's gonna be white. I think it's a really good, interesting like examination of social construct. So.
Yeah, no, it's great for that. You're not leaving the house like that. Everybody has an outfit. Even Jake has an outfit. Jake comes to see her and he's wearing he's got his fisherman sweater and he's got his button down shirt rolled up over the rolled up sleeves. And
I would have been
why does he?
I would have been so horny for Jake. Jake is such a douchebag, but he's like a good douchebag.
Yeah, he's a good douchebag.
He's like that guy. He's like, hey,
He's like, I got 10,000 pounds a year, but also he was.
Oh yeah, he was very excited about that $10,000 he made. He was very excited. I was like even in the 80s, come on, bro.
Look, if you have $10,000, you don't need. I will very happily.
Very true. I can't be talking about that right now, can I? No, he's great. Adam is always in his little Amish outfit up until the end.
Yeah, in the end, when Jake goes wedding, he wears an English style suit, and
yes,
very nice. And her wedding dress. Oh my God, you guys, you're not ready for this.
She didn't even try, y'all. This girl wore the Laura Ashley 5th grade special. She wore that thing that we all had to wear for picture day.
Yeah.
That she has on one of those drop waist businesses.
It's pink. It's got the giant collar with lace on it. Your feet are sweating right now thinking about that patent leather shoes, aren't you?
I was like, girl, because everybody's like, we got this, go wedding dress shopping. And she's like, I can't do that. Yeah, you could have put something out other than your little closet.
I mean, she almost the thing is, when she's getting ready for this wedding, it almost seems like the kind of wedding that you're forced to marry to somebody you don't like. She's not into it.
She took a nap.
Yeah.
It was a weird nap situation. I was like, she's just taking a nap before her wedding. What is happening? The wedding was weird, but her dress is so terrible.
Oh my God.
I could see it.
I guess it's what you wear to when you're getting Amish married. I don't know.
I felt it. I felt that dress. I felt that constriction on my shoulders. It's got shoulder pads.
Oh yeah.
That thing is where she is the shape of a rectangle.
Yes.
She is a rectangle shape.
Are short sleeves, but they are exactly to your elbow.
Yes, it's awful.
Oh my God. She does have an awesome purple sequin dress that she brings from Philadelphia.
Yes,
she never gets to wear it.
I was like, she should have worn that at the wedding.
Oh God, they would have. Everybody's getting shunned. Shunning you, shunning you, shunning you.
The baby, the little brother Daniel's obsessed with the purple dress. But yeah, that drop waist thing. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, girl, there's got to be a wedding store somewhere. You could have gone and got something.
Oh,
that is
God.
not this. That thing was with white pantyhose, I bet.
Oh, and so he met her halfway. He went and got a regular people haircut, and there she shows up in that.
He's like, damn it.
Imagine him unzipping it from the back all the way up to the back of her neck afterwards.
Oh my God. I was like, this is the worst thing.
Yeah. So there are outfits.
There's some good outfits.
They're memorable outfits. Would your 12-year-old self have dog-eared 8 pages?
Like I said,
we have
our dude, once he finally gets in there, he gets in there. He is body heating. They are fucking during a storm. They are the thunder is hitting. He is timing with it. It is happening. And I was like, get it, girl.
I was at the point of the book where I was like, I actually messaged Courtney. I was like, I don't think they're gonna bang it out in this. And then 2 pages later, whoa, hold the phone.
I was like, I mean, this guy was he was super hot.
Yeah,
she was just sort of there, but
he's got those farm muscles.
Oh God, he is and he's slightly blonde. He's not blonde, but he's dirty blonde.
That's because he's in the fields all the time.
Yeah, but he's got that good he does wear the stupid hat.
Well, I mean, he doesn't now. He's not on anymore.
I know, but yeah.
You gotta glow up.
I would have dog-eared a lot.
Ooh, yes. So what pairs nicely with this dumpster fire? I guess we're going to have to like get some cider and...
Just lemonade. Just boring lemonade.
well, I mean, maybe yours is going to be boring lemonade. Mine might have a little extra.
You can put some hard mics. Some mics.
Oh,
hard.
God. I have a headache already. just thinking about it. Like I got
with the corn pie. We should put a corn pie recipe up because she makes them
she
corn
does make
pie.
a corn pie.
Now I want a corn pie.
Sounds good. I don't know that I've ever had a corn pie.
I don't think I have either. But that's all they got is corn.
Well, I will eat corn. That is really, I mean, I'm an American. That's,
yeah. It's your God-given right as an American.
my duty. Yeah.
To eat corn.
So should a human being in 2024 read this book?
Absolutely. I found it really enjoyable. I think that this is one of these books that aged incredibly well.
I agree. This is another winner from this list from Melinda Helfer. I gotta say, like, these are really like racking up the wins.
Yeah, this book was solid. I really liked it.
Because the last one we did from her was that Danger Zone book, which I loved also.
Danger Zone. I'm always on the highway to it. So, Lord.
So we are Bodice Stiflers, and this has been A Crime of the Heart by what is her?
Cheryl Reavis.
Cheryl Reavis. If you would like to know more about us or to sign up for our Patreon to get exclusive content, you can find us at bodicetiplers.com. Bodice Tipplers is part of the Frolic Network. Find more podcasts you'll love at frolic.media/podcasts.